Hey everyone, today's our 8th day in Rome and we're going to do a little recap for you.
It's January 1st, 2016.
So we just wanted to tell you about everything that has happened since yesterday because we weren't able to upload the video file from our little excursions yesterday. Actually, we were able to upload it up until
Before New Year's.
Before New Year's Eve. So we went up to the rooftop and...
It was a nice little terrace up there, so we just went up there and we had bought some champagne, and everyone was celebrating all around us. So there was a bunch of music
we could see
being
other
played.
Rooftop terraces. Sorry,
Yeah.
that you were probably getting to that.
Yeah, and they were playing music and it sounded really good. So we were kind of moving and shaking.
So we're like dancing on we're the only ones out there, so we're just like, carefree, doing whatever. And we had a little champagne or whatever, and then this group of people comes out onto the terrace like suddenly, and we didn't realize it. We're like dancing, and so we're like, hey, Happy New Year, and they were really friendly Brazilians that
And they
came
gave
out.
us some of their champagne.
Yeah,
so
some more
good.
champagne.
Yeah.
And it was pretty neat because we could see all the fireworks kind of going off all around us, and like kind of behind St. Mary Major and stuff like that. That was really cool.
One thing that was kind of funny is I kept seeing these red lights in the distance, and they didn't look like airplanes. I couldn't really figure out what they were, and I'm like, they have to be helicopters. Like, what else would it be? It just kind of this floating red light.
Yeah, they looked like they were like some sort of like an airplane or a helicopter or something.
And it just more and more kept showing up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, something has to be going down because
We thought there were helicopters all over the city.
I was like, I can see like 20 just around us. And then after a little bit, we found out that people were lighting off Chinese lanterns into the sky, and that's what they were.
Yeah, so that's what was going on, and it wasn't as crazy as we thought.
Yeah, I really thought something horrible was happening, but apparently that's kind of where my mind goes.
But our New Year's Eve was good and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And today most of the day was pretty calm and mellow.
Everything was closed today.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the like churches and museums, all that was closed. So we're like, we'll go to the Spanish Steps and check that out. We haven't been in that part of the city. And it turns out the Spanish Steps are being renovated. So we were able to walk down one side of them, but we kind of wanted to hang out there. That's what
spend some
locals
time
do.
and maybe even like videotape people, just kind of like, do a little people watching and just kind of capture what it's like there. But it was
chaos too. There's so many people. So then we walked to another piazza, and it
Piazza del
was
Popolo.
Yeah, and it like over here were like groups of little girls dancing, cheerleaders, and over here was like a kids
band,
playing music,
yeah.
and it was just a weird. It was like it was
Weird
supposed to be
melange
a parade, but they were really unorganized or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure it out, but it was really, really cool, and just like
It's really
sculptures
pretty.
everywhere.
Yeah, and like the architecture was done by Bernini, and the sculptures, and a lot of really cool stuff there. But it was nice to kind of take it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But really, the big news of today is
we went down to St. Mary Major, and because we knew the Pope was gonna be there to open the
Jubilee doors.
I was thinking Epiphany doors, the Jubilee doors. So we were able to get pretty close to the front row there.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
It was kind of hard to see him when he opened the Jubilee doors, but we could kind of see that going on. And then he went and he did mass, and it was just so awesome didn't understand a word he was saying.
and just for context, we were actually outside. For some reason, some people were allowed to go in, but others were not. I
think you needed like tickets, and it probably to be like a member of the church and that kind of stuff too. Yeah,
maybe a member of St. Mary Major or something like that. And so we were outside attending mass from outside. It was anyway.
Yeah, and he blessed us, and it was a pretty long mass, and everyone was really scrunched up and bumping into each other. So it was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because when communion came around, they brought communion out, but it was like there's just no way they're going to be able to distribute communion because there were just thousands of people there, and some people were just like pushing their way through, and we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But some other Italians started speaking in English to the people around us who didn't understand why people were trying to push through. And they're like, you need to let these people through because they're trying to get to communion. Apparently, that's how it works there. Like,
Yeah,
small fraction of the people actually try to receive communion, and everyone else is just lets them go. Just like doesn't worry about themselves trying to get communion. So
the last thing I would have thought is being pushy and pushing other people out of your way in order to get communion. But,
yeah, so we didn't push our way to the front.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was really amazing. And then the Pope came out and addressed everyone and said a few words, and Shane got really, really awesome footage. And I mean, we were like 50 yards away from him, which is really close compared to if you were at St. Peter's.
Yeah. I don't know why you keep going to that.
I don't know either. So it was just amazing and really like experience that you just can't describe.
Yeah. Although like while we were standing there, we had to stand there for so long. And it's just like you're on
cobblestone streets.
Yeah, and the way that it just like it's the same lump in your foot in the same spot for so long in your knees.
It's all uneven, like, so you're like tilted weird,
yeah, and people keep like kind of bumping and pushing, and old Italian ladies touching my butt and stuff like that.
She kept falling and being like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
Other than that, it was really cool.
Yes, you know, it was amazing, and we're so lucky that we were able to be there for that. And you know, that was one of the main things we wanted to do while we were here, is to see the Pope and to be able to see him. And it seemed like so personal because he was just right there.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was definitely something special. And then we went and ate at a local restaurant, and there was a bunch of little octopuses on my plate.
Octopuses on our plate, and everyone kept on walking in. We were like the first table as you walk in, and everyone was like, "Oh," and making comments on not like to us, just to each other.
Yeah,
like right in front of us.
So I took my fork and I stabbed one of the octopuses and I shook it at them. Just kidding.
You guys can imagine her doing that, right?
I made Shane eat the octopuses.
Yeah, which actually were not that bad.
Octopi.
You can say either.
Octopi.
Yeah, it actually wasn't that bad, but it did look really bad.
Just little tentacles. Yeah. Ugh. Anyways.
Anyway, we saw the Pope and octopus tentacles. So we hope you guys are having a good New Year's Day, and we'll recap tomorrow for you tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Bye.